something like there's an idea. Thanks. Well, we're here.
Okay. Try to get the rookie to come in and do his thing.
So they all right?
Is he all right?
They're still going for the it's all right.
Yes, you come in okay.
Hey, you know that one's in the room?
Unfortunately, I am chosen as the bad guy. So, unfortunately, because
Crazy.
of fire restrictions, we can't
Deserved.
have anyone on the sides for the back. So I'm gonna have to kindly ask that you go to the overflow 6-2 and 6-3, if you're standing or you're sitting. I appreciate it. We can't get started until you all follow that way. I apologize.
Okay, sir. Good. Yes, sir. Thank you. Ready? 1, 2. One more. they come in and work out your
I'm like 6'3".
You're
You're good. Well, it's still.
You don't stand by though. See the name? As you should be.
Doing good?
Good,
Yes,
good, sir.
yes.
You know, they always need 2 vets up here, you know? She tells him, oh my God, you showed up without a robe. That's not
Maybe someday.
Yeah, he came through here. Because he couldn't get through it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to commence. Please hold on.
All rise.
It's like a clown car, and they just keep on coming.
Overflow room.
We could do a little rumble and see who gets a seat. Hang on. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, family, friends, guests here and in all of the overflow rooms. Welcome to the investiture of the Honorable Marie Elizabeth Mato as Circuit Court Judge of the 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida. Please remain standing as we ask a very special guest to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Judge Mato's brother, Phil Alexander Mato, who's the principal at Rolando Espinosa K-8 school.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No pressure, Phil. Your competition's usually like 4 years old. But you did a really good job, too. Now, as we continue to remain standing, please welcome Sister Carmen T. Fernandez, president of, wait for it, normally we have a lot of Belen in the house, but today, Our Lady of Lourdes.
Loving and gracious God, we gather today with hearts full of gratitude as your faithful servant, Marie Mato, steps into a sacred calling. Throughout her life, she has sought to follow your voice with humility, integrity, and unwavering trust. As Marie takes her place on the bench, may your wisdom guide her thoughts, your justice shape her decisions, and your mercy live in her words. Let her courtroom be a place where truth is honored, dignity upheld, and all are seen through the eyes of compassion. Blessed Mother Mary, Our Lady of Lourdes, guide Marie with the same courage and grace that you showed in your yes to God. Cover her with your mantle of love and intercede for her always, that she may lead with both conviction and compassion. We ask God's blessing on Marie, strengthen her for the work ahead, and let all who come before her feel the peace of your presence. Bless also all those who have supported Marie on her journey. Let this moment be a witness to her achievement and to a life lived faithfully in your service. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ and through the intercession of Mary, our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Thank you, Sister Carmen. Everyone, please be seated. everyone buckle in because I got to read a list of VIPs and it's longer than usual. So today we have some very special guests joining us here and in the overflow rooms. We have an alum of our court, three alums of our court from across the street at the federal courthouse, Judge Rodolfo Ruiz. You can clap. Judge Beth Bloom. And Judge Darren Gales. I should say they're alums of our county court and our circuit court. We have, from the 3rd District Court of Appeals, we have Judge Monica Gordo. And from the United States Bankruptcy Court, we have Judge Corey Lopez Castro. From the Colombian American Bar Association, we have Paula Arias, immediate past president. From the Coral Gables Bar Association, we have President Alberto, aka Papo Monrara. From the Cuban American Bar Association, we have Amanda Fernandez, president. And Miriam Ramos, past president. And there's about 1 billion other past presidents here. So I see Javi Le Soto, Corey. Half of you are probably past presidents. But I'm going to just put those two because they checked in. We have Sharice Morgan, president of the Miami-Dade Bar Association. And Javi Le Soto is here. We're also wearing his hat as general counsel for the Miami-Dade College. From the Florida Association of Women Lawyers, we have Allison Leonard, who's president-elect of the Miami-Dade chapter. From the Miami-Dade Trial Lawyers Association, we have Joni Mosley, who's on one of the board members. From the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers statewide, we have Jude Faucidomo, past president. From the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers Miami-Dade chapter, we have Alex Saiz, president. From the League of Prosecutors, we have Gabby Alfaro, president. And Jeffrey Pierce, vice president. From the Wilkie D. Ferguson Jr. Bar Association, we have Julian Jackson Fannin, vice president. Hang on. Oh boy. When things are in handwriting and you're 57 years old and are wearing contacts instead of your reading glasses, it can be challenging, so please be patient. Do you? I don't know if you're, listen kid, I don't think yours are strong enough for me, so.
They are.
From the Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, we have Giselle Rodriguez, Assistant Chief Counsel. We have some retired judges in the House, Flora Seff and Izzy Reyes. And where is Izzy? Izzy?
Right there.
There he is. From the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office, our first in 60 years sheriff, first female sheriff, Rosie Cordero Stutz. And Kevin Thelwell, Sergeant. Interim U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Hayden O'Byrne. From the Miami-Dade League of Cities, Richard Cooper. President of the Miami-Dade Police Benevolent Association, Steven Stahl. All right, y'all know the drill. Somebody's going to text me that somebody didn't check in, and I will promise to look at my phone and announce all the people who were not previously announced. Now, also here, we have members of our greater court family. On behalf of Public Defender Carlos Martinez, we have Damaris Del Valle, Chief of Felonies. Someone who needs no introduction, and she has employed probably half or more of the bench. And the other half of the bench argued against her lawyers. So Catherine Fernandez-Rondel, our state attorney. And on behalf of Regional Counsel, we have Sylvia Gonzalez, Chief. And our partner in all things that we do, our Clerk of Courts, Juan Fernandez-Barquin. And finally, really, the people who support our day-to-day court operations with their expertise and wisdom. The judiciary cannot function without them. Our real VIPs, represented by our trial court administrator, Deirdre Dunham. Our general counsel, Pat Gladson. Our incredible AV and IT teams who make this day possible and also are bringing it all to you out there in YouTube world. And Eunice Ziegler, our public information officer. Matt Bodfield, our deputy public information officer and photographer, and my incredible staff, Ricardo Ayala and Larry Chester. And Larry today getting the assist from Rick Diaz and where's Eddie? And Eddie, and was Carlos out there too? Carlos, all the bailiffs who are just part of our incredible family here. Thank you all for making this possible, making my life much easier. With that, I just want to thank all of you again. Let me know if I've missed anyone. But now I'd like to introduce somebody who's visiting from not that far away. But listen, following him in remarks is always going to be tough. I had the honor of following Scott Westheimer at an event a little while ago, a couple years, I guess it was probably almost 2 years ago now. No pressure, Scott, but you spoke really well at that event. So now I've just built you up. But past president of the Florida Bar, Scott Westheimer.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief Judge Sapie, judges, friends and family of Judge Mato. It's weird to talk to you from behind, but I guess I'll do it this way.
It's weird.
It's great to be back in Miami, my second home. True honor and privilege to be here today, representing more than 112,000 members of the Florida Bar, the third largest bar in the country, and our Board of Governors. I know I'm like 10th in the line of succession behind, El Jefe, Roland Sanchez Medina, and the board. But they're down in the Keys, and he does make me call him El Jefe. So they're in Key West, so you have me today. So it's a true honor to be here. Roland gives his best wishes, congratulations from Rolly. Judge Mato, congratulations on becoming one of society's most important public servants as a new member of the judiciary. A co-equal and independent court system is a pillar of our Constitution, our form of government, and is what makes our state and country so great. Thank you for your dedication to the court system, your sacrifices to be standing here today, and for your willingness to serve the citizens of our great state. It's a real special day for me to be here because I'm also friends with Judge Mato. It seemed like 100 years ago I was running around the state during my campaign. She was just getting ready for her campaign. We first met and became friends right away. She is an amazing person. Luckily, she served on the Board of Governors for me for a year, and I don't think we get a better judge for the 11th Circuit. She was an impeccable state attorney. Her professionalism and trial skills are well known to everyone. I won't go through all her Prosecutor of the Year awards. But to me, what's more important is she's an outstanding lawyer, but she's a better person. She has the qualities we want in our judiciary. She's sincere, reasonable, dedicated, empathetic, and smart. She possesses all the personal and legal tools necessary to truly excel on the bench. I feel quite sure that anyone appearing in front of her will leave feeling that they have been fairly treated and had their day in court, win or lose. And she's literally the happiest and nicest person that I probably know. It was truly an experience to watch her on the campaign trail, her dedication, her class, her dignity, and her social media skills, which, I've never really seen anything like it. I'm probably being photographed, live streamed, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram before I sit down. From someone out of Sarasota, too, to watch the 11th Circuit judicial process, it's a little like Game of Thrones. We have like one election every 20 years. So to see her campaign where she had an opponent, no opponent, the opponent's in another race, I was a nervous wreck. But she handled it with grace, dignity, class, and she really is one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. She'll be a wonderful representative of our legal system and a tribute to our bench and bar. So, Judge Mato, my best wishes as you embark on this exciting venture. Once again, on behalf of myself, El Jefe, your former friends and members of the Board of Governors, our 112,000 members, it's my pleasure to congratulate you and welcome to the judiciary.
You left out that campaigning is like a sweaty endeavor, and Marie always not a hair out of place, looking perfect. All right, we also have Judge Fleur LeBrie from the 3rd District Court of Appeals, who's there she is, one of our alums as well from the county and circuit bench. And we have Chief Ed Hudak from the Coral Gables, there you are, how did I miss you? From Coral Gables Police Department. And, hold on. Jennifer Lesoto on behalf of the Dean of St. Thomas Law School. So thank you also for being with us. And also somebody who's near and dear to all of us, former Circuit Judge Diane Ward. Where is she? Oh, there she is. And soon to be senior judge. So, yeah, we got another one coming. Yeah. For more for remarks on behalf of the Miami-Dade Bar Association, we have the president of the organization, not for too much longer, another distinguished attorney, wonderful friend to the courts, Sharice Morgan.
Thank you, Chief Judge Savy. May it please the court, my favorite judges in all of the country. May it please the family and friends, you are equally as important and also a part of this VIP occasion today. It's a true honor to stand before you on behalf of the Miami-Dade Bar and our 20,000 lawyers that represent Miami-Dade County in support of our beloved Judge Marie Mato. As we stand here today, it's not only a personal milestone for Judge Mato, but a triumph of justice, integrity, and the enduring strength of our legal system. Judge Mato, there are 3 points to which I want to make to you in celebration of your investiture today. Before you even began to practice, you came into the profession with wisdom and empathy that we ask of all of our judges. Your 24 years at the State Attorney's Office gave you the intellect, dedication, respect for the law, and unwavering commitment to fairness that you have demonstrated on the bench. When I spoke with her, Judge Mato said that she supervised about 19 attorneys, whom I am lucky enough to call colleagues today, and whom she affectionately calls her children. Your decision to apply to the bench brought the humility and the courage with which you've seen time and time again in Judge Mato's character both in and out of the courtroom. But I take a special point of pride in pointing out that it was your time on the Board of Governors that gave you the patience and tolerance that judges need the most. Because nowhere requires the greatest amount of your civility, long-suffering, and understanding like trying to reach a single consensus among a large group of litigating attorneys. We are confident that the bench has gained not only a brilliant legal mind, but a principled and compassionate leader. Marie, may your judgments be wise, your integrity steadfast, and your impact long-lasting.
Photo apps.
Social media.
Marie, I know you've been waiting since January for all your judicial swag.
Yes.
We begin. People may not know, but this is what we wait for. Ooh. You've got it now, your desk plaque from the Conference of Circuit Court Judges. You can hold your applause on this. You've also got
I feel like Vanna White.
a gift from, yes, from the American Board of Trial Attorneys.
Oh, thanks.
Fall with, I don't even know
deadly
what to say.
weapon?
This is a deadly weapon.
Yes.
It weighs about 20 pounds. We can lift our heavy weights, women. But
Beautiful.
beautiful, yeah.
It is
This is really
beautiful.
nice. I know the other judges
Whoa.
got jealous because Fall's kind of up their game in the swag department. Wow. A plaque from the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers.
Thank you.
And hang on, there's more. Here to present you with some more swag. CABA President Amanda Fernandez.
Thank you, Judge Safey, Judge Mato, friends and family, judges. It is an honor. Can you hear me now? It is an honor to stand before you today on behalf of the Cuban American Bar Association to recognize and celebrate the investiture of Judge Marie Mato. Judge Mato's path to the bench is marked by dedication, integrity, and a deep sense of justice. Born and raised here in Miami, she is the proud daughter of Cuban immigrants who fled the Castro regime in search of freedom. Their sacrifices helped shape the public servant we are celebrating here today. As a proud Cuban American, Judge Mato embodies the very values that CABO was founded to promote: service to the community, excellence in the legal profession, and an unwavering belief in the rule of law. As a fellow graduate of Our Lady of Lourdes Academy, go Bobcats, I also feel a special sense of pride. Lourdes instills in its students a quiet strength, grounded in discipline, compassion, and most importantly, faith. Judge Mato has carried that strength throughout her life and career, living the school's motto not just in words, but in action, with Mary in all things. That guiding spirit has always shone through in her pursuit of justice as a prosecutor, her devotion to the legal profession, and to mentoring young people, and her deep commitment to public service. Judge Mato, your achievement is a testament to hard work, perseverance, and the promise of the American dream. You are a role model to many, especially young Cuban Americans, who see in you what is possible when you lead with purpose and integrity. On behalf of the Cuban American Bar Association, it is my distinct pleasure to present you today with this plaque as a symbol of our pride and accomplishment and support as you begin your new chapter of service. Congratulations.
League of Prosecutors President Gabby Alfaro, come on down.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I have the privilege of speaking on behalf of League of Prosecutors. Marie served on our board from 2010 to 2024, including 2 terms as president. But even more than the titles and the leadership roles, Marie was truly the heart of our organization. She has been a constant source of wisdom, integrity, and quiet strength. I remember sitting in her office not too long ago talking about her running for judge. That moment feels so recent, and yet here we are today at her investiture. We're celebrating that she was destined for the bench. Her calm, thoughtful presence, her fairness, and the way she carries herself with humility all pointed to this moment today. But long before she put on this robe, Marie already had shown us what it meant to be fair, fearless, and principled as an advocate. As a prosecutor, she pursued justice with her heart, her mind, and her conscience. She was never about the win. She was about what was right. And as a mentor and a friend, she gave her time, her wisdom, and her kindness freely. I can personally say, as I know many of us at the State Attorney's Office would agree, that we would not be the prosecutors that we are today without her example and her encouragement. Today, we celebrate a moment that feels not only earned, but destined. No one is more deserving of this role, Judge Mato. The bench is better because you are on it. Our legal system is stronger because of the way that you live your values, and the community is fortunate to have a judge that brings such grace, strength, and humility to the robe. Congratulations. May God continue to guide you as you serve from the bench. And on behalf of the League of Prosecutors, we are proud to present you with this gavel. It reads, "May this gavel serve as a symbol of the integrity, strength, and fairness you bring to the bench." Congratulations.
Miami-Dade Trial Lawyers Association, Joni Mosley.
Good afternoon, everyone, and may it please the court. I had the pleasure of meeting Judge Mato at the State Attorney's Office. That's also where I met my husband. Believe it or not, the criminal courthouse is one of the most romantic places in the county. Judge Mato was my husband's division chief, and they were before the Honorable Judge Soto, and I was so jealous of him because that was the best courtroom ever. Over the years, Judge Mato has been a supportive person and a friend to both my husband and I, and we are so grateful. I am honored to present Judge Mato with this gavel on behalf of the Miami-Dade Trial Lawyers Association, on behalf of the board and all of its members. We are so incredibly proud of you.
And last but not least, Wilkie D. Ferguson Bar Association Vice President Julian Jackson Fannin.
Good afternoon, everyone, and may it please the court. As promised to Chief Judge Safie, I do not have pre-prepared remarks other than to simply say that I am deeply, deeply honored to present this small token of congratulations on behalf of the Wilkie D. Ferguson Jr. Bar Association to you, Judge Mato. Thank you so much.
And some VIPs that I missed, we have from the Gwen S. Cherry Black Women Lawyers Association, we have Jay Lofton, President. And I don't know how I missed him. Where are you, Nelson Bolito? Nelson Bolito, here.
Oh, there he is.
See, she didn't see you either.
I didn't see you.
Representing the Miami-Dade Commission on Ethics and Public Trust. Hold on, let me just make sure. Okay, I think that's good for now. All right, now on to the fun stuff. For personal remarks on behalf of the judge's family and friends, please welcome her good friend and she just said she's scared, so this will be really good. And former colleague from Ms. Rundle's office, Assistant Statewide Prosecutor Priscilla Prado-Strohs.
This is going to make it hard because half of my remarks are really addressed to you. So, if Marie were going to ask me right now if the state was ready to proceed, I would have to hesitate just a little bit. I mean, if you take a look around this room, and you can't come out to see everybody that's celebrating you. I mean, this is like the who's who of the legal community of Miami. This is not 90 random people that I'm picking for a jury. So, you know, so many brilliant minds in our community, so many people I've practiced in front of, and so many people that I've worked with are here. And we're all here because of Marie. She told me to write my speech in big letters, and I was like, so I reached out to Marie a couple weeks ago because I wanted to see, you know, how things were going on the bench, you know, how her cases were going, did she need anything, how that robe was fitting, you know, all the important things that you might ask your friend when she ascends to the bench. And she was telling me that she was kind of trying to figure out, like, who was going to come and speak at her investiture. So we brainstormed a little bit, we went back and forth, and she said, you know, I have like literally the whole Our Lady of Lourdes Academy trifecta that's gonna be there, so I think it might be nice to have a guy. And I said, all right, well, let's talk about what guy it would be, you know? So we went through a variety of very competent candidates, and the reality is that the more we thought about it, the more obvious it became was that really the only guy that should have been standing here today to address us today is Eric Padron. And Eric Padron can't be here, unfortunately. However, Eric would have been so proud of you today, and he would be sitting here and he would be telling every one of you that he has been telling Marie for years that this is where she needed to be, that she needed to run for office. And he'd be sitting there and he'd be telling you over and over again, and he'd be laughing about it with that contagious laugh that if you knew Eric, you're hearing it right now in your head, because I hear it all the time. He would have been so very, very proud of you today, Marie. Now, when she said to me the following week when she called me, it was like, oh, I've decided who's going to give my personal remarks. I said, okay, great. Who's that going to be? She goes, you. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? So initially, I was very, very, very nervous and a little speechless. And if you know me, that's not an easy task, right? Because it's hard to keep me quiet. So I said, okay, well, that's fine. Then I got a little annoyed because I'm like, how am I supposed to condense 30 years of friendship into 5 minutes? It's like literally impossible. I can speak fast, but I can't speak that fast. And apparently I can't turn my pages fast enough. So anyway, Marie, I'm very flattered that you've asked me to speak on your behalf here today. It's really a tremendous honor that you've given me. So let's talk about Marie. Okay, so Marie was born back on December 6th of the year that you never ask a lady when she was born. But I'm going to skip ahead actually to the important part where I met Marie, and that was back in 1995. And I started doing the math this morning and realized that that's 30 years. So in addition to being very honored, I also feel very old. I met Marie at the state attorney's office in 1995. She was our victim witness coordinator. We had Gail Levine was our division chief. I had Josh Weintraub in my division. And she and I became very good friends. And as you might imagine, all the witnesses loved Marie. They all did whatever Marie asked them to do. She was always very kind, very sincere. Everybody trusted her because at the end of the day, who really doesn't? So then she decided to attend law school. And she went to the University of Miami. And after a short stint, albeit not the wisest choice in private practice, she decided to come home to the state attorney's office and became an assistant state attorney. And there she was for many, many, many years. And I don't remember, Marie's going to be very disappointed that I cannot remember when this happened, but instead of the Belen Mafia, which is what we normally have here, we became the Cuban Mafia at the office. We had our little grupito that we called the Cuban Mafia. There probably should have been the Caribbean Mafia because we also had Cindy Lightbourne, who was from Jamaica, and we had Laura Uriarte from Puerto Rico. But it was Erica, and it was Monica, and it was Yvonne, and it was me, and it was Marie. And we would go out to lunch almost every day, and we would talk about our lives, and we would solve the problems of the world all over lunch. And Kathy, you'll be happy to know that in addition to just eating, we also worked a lot. We also worked a lot. One of our favorite places to go eat during that time frame was Marie's house. So Marie's house was very conveniently located close to the office, offered free parking, copious amounts of delicious, authentic Cuban food with wonderful hosts. And we had Mirta and her father Filiberto, who used to coddle us and fuss over us and take care of us and feed us until we couldn't eat anymore. I was very saddened when Marie's father passed away because he was a very sweet and gentle man. And I know that he is so proud of you right now and so happy for all of your accomplishments. We then, moving ahead. Nita's mom, she loved us. She loved having us over at her house. I'm sorry if I give you my back, but these are her remarks. She loved having us over and she loved having us at the house. And she would feed us, because I don't know if you noticed, but if you see Marie, even in white, she's like this, right? I am not like this. So I was like, oh my God, here's somebody who's gonna really enjoy my food. So I would go, and she would make piles of arroz con pollo, and she would make these things called pintones, which are like these sweet plantains. And she would make me a special batch that every time I went, she goes, no, estos son para Priscila, all for me. Así que muchas gracias, Mirta, por tenerme tan consentida. And it was awesome. We used to go there all the time. So in addition to eating a lot together, Marie and I also tried a lot of cases together. We tried a lot of fun cases together. And do you guys know that Marie and I actually have our own song? It's true. Yes, it's true. So we were trying this case, and the defendant decided to take the stand, which as a prosecutor, you know it's like a highlight, right? Because it doesn't happen every day. And so the guy gets on the witness stand, and he's talking about the corner store and how he had not been to the corner store, he had never set foot in the corner store, and when he went there, it was like once in a blue moon. And he goes, as a matter of fact, it's not just a blue moon, he insisted. He goes, it's so rare, it's like an eclipse. And so I had to really resist the urge to break out into song. But now, every time I hear Total Eclipse of the Heart, I call Marie or I text Marie and tell her that our song is on and that I'm thinking about it. So that's how Marie and I ended up with our own special song. I also introduced Marie to some of my trial partners that were not part of the Cuban Mafia. So I introduced her to Reed Rubin, I introduced her to Michael Von Zandt, which she went on to try a lot of cases with after I left the state attorney's office and went to the statewide prosecutor's office. Now, Marie and I have had a very close friendship over the years. She's been in my wedding, she has thrown baby showers for me, she's co-hosted wedding showers for me. What? Yes, in the middle of, well, there is that. I mean, you think I would have learned my lesson, right? My bridal shower, there was a hurricane. My wedding, there was a hurricane. I mean, but I never listened, so whatever. So, Marie and I also travel quite a bit. And Marie and I have been all over the place. We went to California a bunch of times. We went to New York City a couple times. We went to St. Simon's Island in Georgia. She always makes fun of me because she says that I know people everywhere. And then her friends become my friends, and my friends become her friends. And the great thing about Marie when you travel is that you literally show up at the airport and you don't have to do anything else. Because she has it planned, she has the hotel, she has the tour, she has the more economical tour. I mean, I even went on a trip with her family. We went to Alaska. She scheduled stuff like off the boat. I don't even know how she did it. And then she has scrapbooks. I don't know if you guys know about the scrapbooks. But her scrapbooks, I mean, she's like a historian. So if I call her up now and I say, hey, Marie, do you remember that sandwich shop that we ate at 20 years ago in San Francisco when we were going to go on our city tour? And she'll be like, yeah, hold on a second. This is the name of the place, and here's the menu, and do you want a copy of it? Oh, good, thank you. But I can always count on her to remember all those things for me. One of the times we went to Napa, and I bring this up today, I think it's kind of appropriate. She had a tremendous lapse in judgment when we went to Napa. We go to a bunch of wine, vineyards, right? So I come out of the room, and I look at her, she's dressed from head to toe in white. Who does that? You're gonna go drink red wine, like who does that? So I said, Marie, maybe you should rethink the outfit. She goes, no, why would I do that? I mean, case in point, she's wearing a beautiful white outfit today. And you know what, sure enough, as only Marie can do, she pulled it off, she came home, there was no trace evidence on her clothing. She was perfect from the minute she left to the minute she came back 9 hours later. That's just the way Marie is. And that's kind of like the way the pictures are when we're talking about the campaign trail. I mean, she was everywhere. I really thought she'd been cloned. She's at one function, then at another function. I mean, I think you took a page out of Kathy's book, to be honest with you. You learned well from Kathy, because I've seen her do that too. That was pretty impressive. Anyways, I don't want to keep everybody here because, I'm limited in my time, which is hardly fair, but it is what it is. I just want to say, Marie, that I am so, so very proud of you. All that you've accomplished through the years at the state, and all that you're getting ready to accomplish now. I know that now, when you're on the bench, everybody will feel like they have an even playing field. You've always been a fair and just person, and I couldn't be more proud of you today, and I love you.
That actually reminds me of when you went to Peru. Didn't you go to Machu Picchu with your mom? And I think I saw you in the courthouse.
With my friends from Boston.
And in Machu Picchu, where you're thinking, who's wearing a long, flowy dress and looking perfect in Machu Picchu? And Marie, she got back from her trip. I'm like, how did you do that? You're magical. All right, now for further remarks on behalf of the Judge Mato's friends and family, we have our very own Chief Judge Emerita, Bertie Soto. So, not yet, Soto, just wait a second. She's here as a friend, a mentor, a fellow Lady of Lourdes alum, a fellow Cane. We also refer to her as the Empress. And actually also the judge that Marie practiced in front of. So there you go.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm very nervous. It's hard to come after Priscilla Prado, who's so funny and good to hear. So that was beautiful, Priscilla. Well, I'm going to say something in Spanish, Marie. Ya era hora. I told her like 20 years ago that she needed to be a judge, and she didn't listen to me, but here we are. Never, better late than never, I guess they say. So I wanted to tell you, and it is really annoying not to be able to look at you. It's a true honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the investiture of an extraordinary public servant, a beloved mentor, a gifted legal mind, and a woman of exceptional grace. Oh, thank you. I like that. You see, that's, what did I tell you, a woman of grace. As she takes her seat on the circuit court bench of the 11th Judicial Circuit, we are so happy today, or at least I am. Are you happy? Yeah. All right. And you? Yeah. Mirta, ¿estás feliz? Muy feliz? All right. So this day marks a new chapter in your life, already defined by your service and excellence. It's no coincidence that Marie chose to be invested in the month of May. As a woman of deep conviction, This month reflects so much of who she is. It's a time that honors motherhood, faith, and renewal. And today it honors her. As Lourdes girls, and by the way, are there any Lourdes girls in the house? Please stand up. Lourdes girls, stand up. Not bad, Belen boys. And of course, we're privileged to have Sister Carmen here, who is a blessing, who is our leader. You know, everybody's got the Pope. We got Sister Carmen. You know? She's here on behalf of our alma mater, and that's where we learn the significance of the month of May. So at this time, before I start talking more about Marie, I want to recognize her mother, Mirta. Because we know no one could be here without their mother. Sorry. She has been such a vital part of this day, Marie, and I know she's so proud of you. And I know your dad, who isn't with us, he's smiling from heaven with my parents, who happen to also be big fans of yours. So I thank you for that, too. She's responsible for the great person that you are. Felicidades. And now, how did I get to know Marie? I had the distinct privilege of presiding over a felony division, Division 3. Who's here from Division 3? Please stand. They're here. All right, Division 3. So she was the division chief assigned to me for 8 years. I witnessed her steady leadership, her sharp mind, her unwavering dedication. She never missed a calendar. She was a DC. She might have come in a little late because she was perfecting her look. But she came into court every day, negotiated pleas, spoke to the defense. I mean, I never had to worry about the division on the side of the state attorney's office. Kathy, you hired a great one. She tried more cases than any other lawyer that ever tried in front of me, and she tried them with grace. Marie brought discretion, professionalism, and a deep command of the law. She also brought something that is harder to find, but just as important. She created a culture of respect. With her leadership, Division 3 was a place where prosecutors, public defenders, private defense lawyers, and clerks worked not only with dedication, but with mutual regard. They advocated fiercely, but with civility. They disagreed, but maintained professional. And Marie was such a vital part of that. I thank her every day for that. For Marie, it's the little things. She is meticulous and detail-oriented in everything she does. For example, and she knows I'm going to talk about this, I'm not a very patient person, and we were trying a murder case, and there was a lot of evidence. And Marie moves into evidence a picture of a gas station. It was a gas station where the defendant met his co-defendants for like a second and then went somewhere else. And so I was kind of mad. And I said, we need a sidebar. And I said, Marie, what are you doing? Why do you need the gas station? You got a million other exhibits. We got to move this case along. And she said, very patient, looking straight into my face, not batting an eye, Judge, I need to paint the full picture for the jury. And who can argue with that? So I learned that day that to look at the details. She taught me that lesson. And this is supposed to have a plaque. It's about the details. But of course, I'm not as detailed as her, and I didn't order it on time, so it's not here. You don't have to put this in your office, but this is to remind you that you have a gift in looking at the details. So that's Marie. Thorough, precise, dedicated to doing the right things, not just in the courtroom, but in life. She also is the one who remembers everyone's birthday, participates in every event, and includes everyone at the table. She always offers a smile, a kind word, a respectful tone, no matter how busy or how pressured the moment may be. Her presence makes people feel seen and valued. She has certainly done big things. Today is one of them. But what makes you so unique, Marie, is your ability to see the big picture while never missing a single thing. That's what builds trust, and that's what makes a great judge, which I know and have no doubt you are and will be. Beyond the courtroom, your impact has been just as profound. You have dedicated yourself to mentoring the next generation of legal minds, volunteering at Our Lady of Lourdes Academy in the mock trial program, but you didn't stop doing that. You brought students and interns into this world, including my very own daughter, Billy Fernandez, who's now an assistant U.S. attorney, giving them the chance to learn beside you, close up and hands-on. You coached, you guided, and inspired. And over the years, you have mentored, I'm sure, over 100 young people, many of whom have gone on to pursue careers in law because you believed in them before they believed in themselves. You've also been a leader among your peers. As we heard earlier, she was the president twice of the League of Prosecutors and on the board forever. She was also very active in the Cuban American Bar, and didn't you do the writing or something? She was the Caba Brief editor, and it was a great magazine at the time. Not that it isn't now, but it was great then. She never says no. She's always there with her time, her wisdom, and her generosity of spirit. Outside of her professional life, Maria is a woman of faith, a loving sister, a devoted daughter who travels the world with her mom and her friends by her side. She's a fashionista, always flawlessly put together. She brings beauty, humor, and warmth in every room she enters. Marie, never forget, not that you ever would, the power of the little things, even as you navigate the big picture. The rare gift you carry, the ability to lead with both precision and compassion, will guide you through the most difficult decisions you will have to make. It will serve you well, and more importantly, it will serve our community. I am so proud of you. Our community is incredibly fortunate to have you on the bench, and I'm more fortunate to call you my colleague and friend. Congratulations.
Bill. And you can both stay down there. Now for the oath of office and robing, I would ask the Empress to continue on.
I gave her a tiara once.
She gave me a tiara, by the way. That was when she made me her, what was it? She pulled me out of court, and it was like a whole ceremony. Yeah, this is not, we're not joking about the Empress. This is real. All right, so for the crowning and robing, we have Judge Soto and Marie's mother, Mirta Gonzalez Mato, and welcome back up Phil, her brother.
Oh, my Bible. Yes, thank you.
This is a moment you've all been waiting for.
What am I supposed to do?
You raise your right hand. You hold it. Raise your right hand. Everybody ready? Marie, you ready?
Ready.
Usted está ahí. Lista. Lista. Sí, me gusta. All right. I state your name.
I, Marie Elizabeth Mato,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States of America
the Constitution and government of the United States of America
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
and that I am qualified to hold office
and that I am qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
under the Constitution of the state of Florida,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
the duties
the duties
of Judge of the Circuit Court
of Judge of the Circuit Court
of the 11th Judicial Circuit of the state of Florida,
of the 11th Judicial Circuit of the state of Florida,
on which I am now about to enter.
on which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
we go. Woo.
I have grace too.
Yes, you do. Thank you. Everyone, please be seated. And before you start, I'd also like to recognize your fellow members of my Faith and Practice Committee that are also here. Mike, ready? Your turn.
Okay. May it please the court, Chief Judge Saifi, Chief Barishi, Judge-elect Fajardo Orshan, judges from the federal bench, Bloom, Rodolfo Ruiz, Darren Gales, from the bankruptcy court, Corley Lopez Castro, my friends from the 3rd District Court of Appeal, my dear friend Monica Gordon, Fleur Lobrie. Am I missing anyone else? All of our friends from the circuit. Can't hear me, Joe? Sorry. Distinguished guests, family, and friends. Thank you all so much for being here today. It is overwhelming, and I say hi to the folks in the overflow rooms, my friends from Boston, my goddaughter who's up there, Victoria, with her mom and dad, Jose, Lucia, and her sisters. My friends in Jamaica could not be here. Cindy Lightborn, Tana Nethersoul. My heart is full of gratitude to each and every one of you for all the love and support that you've shown me, not just today and during my campaign, but throughout my life. You all made this day possible. And I know everyone said, enjoy it, this is your day, but it's our day. First and foremost, I thank God for blessing me with this incredible honor to continue to serve my community. Now, unlike some of my friends who at the age of 5, you know who you are, wanted to be a lawyer or a judge, I had no idea what those words were or what they meant. I wanted to be Wonder Woman. Or in the alternative, Lori Partridge. And that's dating me. I'm definitely a Gen Xer. But God had other plans for me. All of this was never in my plans. But as they say, it was written. His plans for me were far better than anything I could have imagined for myself. I trusted him that I would be where I was supposed to be, and that he would work everything out for my good. And he did. And I hope that all of you feel the same way about your path and your life as I do. All glory goes to him. Everything starts and ends with him. Thank you, Sister Carmen, for that beautiful prayer. You are a powerhouse. You're such an incredible leader at our alma mater. As you know, so many in our community and in this very room and in the overflow rooms shared this very special sisterhood that is being a Lord's girl. We are so blessed, and we owe whatever success we have in our lives to the sacrifice that our parents made to make sure that we not only got a first-class education, but more importantly, that we got to develop and grow in our faith as spiritual human beings. I chose the month of May for my investiture because it is the month of Mary. And it's only fitting that our motto is with Mary in all things, as you yourself stated. And I believe our Blessed Mother is truly in all things. She is the ultimate female and a source of strength and grace for me, and I'm sure for many of you. Thank you, Scott Westheimer, for your friendship and support. Little did I know, Scott, that 3 years ago, when we were in a packed courtroom for an investiture, and a stranger was looking for room, and I kind of moved my purse to the side to make room for that stranger, that it was a lawyer from Sarasota who would be the president of the Florida Bar. Thank you for honoring me with an appointment as a liaison to the Board of Governors. I grew so much during that year, and I know that many of our friends from the Board of Governors would be here today, but for the fact that they're at a board meeting in the Keys. So I will see them at the bar convention to see El Jefe off and welcome Saya as the first Black female president of the Florida Bar. It was through the Board of Governors that I got to know one of my fellow liaisons better, and that is Cherise Morgan. Cherise, thank you for your words today. You are a queen. And I am so proud that you are the first, but not the last, Black female president of the Miami-Dade Bar Association. You have set a new standard, and you have broken that glass ceiling. Thank you for being here today. Thank you to Gabby Alfaro for being here, and all my friends from the League of Prosecutors who I know are in the room. Keo, Auntie Marie's here. And thank you for the thoughtful gift, and I treasure that time that I was on the board, and I'm glad that the board is in such good hands and that you're all carrying the torch. Thank you to CABA President Amanda Fernandez, fellow Lourdes girl. As we all know, you know that CABA is close to my heart, and I've been a member since I became a lawyer. Thank you to CABA for everything you do in our community, for the Pro Bono Project, and for, most recently, championing the naming of the new courthouse right next door, the Osvaldo N. Soto Justice Center. What an incredible honor for an incredible gentleman. One of the founding members of CABA, a champion of civil rights, not just for Cuban Americans, but for all. And of course, the father of our very own Honorable Bertila Soto. The fact that we, that are first generation Americans, are here today celebrating this occasion and the many that we have in the past, the embodiment of the American dream is due to the vision, the courage, the sacrifice, the faith, and the hard work of our parents and grandparents. And with that comes great responsibility and a duty to give back to our community and our country, not just for ourselves, but for all, to make it better for all. Thank you, Bertie Soto. You're a class act. Thank you for the beautiful flowers from my mom. I first met you, as you know, 20 years ago when I was assigned to your division as your division chief. You've been my friend and mentor. You have not changed. Not only do you look the same, but more importantly, you're the same person you've always been. The titles, the accomplishments, they've never changed you, and you truly embody what it means to be a leader servant. Your humility and your kindness are unmatched. I've learned so much from you, not only about the kind of judge that I want to be, because I've had the good fortune of being before so many great judges that are here today, Judge Bloom, Judge Peter Lopez, Judge Diane Ward. I mean, the list is endless. But the kind of person I want to be. Thank you for your guidance always, for your beautiful remarks, and for swearing me in today. Thank you, Priscilla, for accepting to be my personal speaker. Yes, we've been friends for 30 years, and I don't know how that's possible because we're, 25 in our minds. And that number is truly insane. We've gone through so many fun times and tough times together, but you are a sister to me, and I love you very much. You know, I went to college to be a journalist. My dream job, I'm sure, is for some of you, was to be the co-host of the Today Show, or the anchor at NBC Nightly News at Rockefeller Center in New York. I had no idea what the LSAT was. I took the LSAT because one of my classmates in my last semester of college basically asked me in a poli-sci class, you know, if I was ready to take the LSAT and what law school I was applying to. Me? Law school? No, that's not for me. So it turns out that the jobs were not available when I graduated. And so while I waited, I ended up at the state attorney's office as a victim witness counselor. And I got to see firsthand about the fight for justice and got to see great lawyers at work. That inspired me to go ahead and go to law school. And in 1996, I entered UM at the night program, which was an amazing program. I loved it, and I had the best classmates who are still my friends to this day, and some are here today. Ray Castellanos, and Manny Pernas, and Dave Kabillion, and Oscar Rodriguez-Fonts, and Erica Sidron, so many of you. And yes, I did a stint for a year in civil, and then I decided that, personal satisfaction is something that money can't buy. And so I decided to be a public servant, and I went to the state attorney's office. Thank you, Kathy Fernandez-Rundle, for the incredible honor that you gave me as an assistant state attorney for almost 24 years. Thank you for trusting me with such great power at such a young age. Over the years, I've come to appreciate the incredible and unbelievable power that prosecutors have to affect so many lives, and the importance of using that power with great care and wisdom. Thank you for always supporting me, for your mentorship, for always encouraging me to do what was right. In all my years at the office, and they were almost 24. I started March of '01. One of my classmates, Regina, she is here. Hey, Reg. I was never asked or forced to do anything I did not believe in. And it didn't matter whether the case was on the national news, on local news, or it was just any other case. It did not matter. Every single time I went to see you, whether it was you or my immediate supervisor, Jose Orojo, who's my friend and mentor and supervisor, or my dear friend Kathleen. I don't know where Kathleen is, but she's here somewhere, I'm sure, who's an incredible trial lawyer in her own right, and a mother hen to all of us, as you know, who have been at the state attorney's office. The first question was always, what do you want to do? What do you think is the right thing? Never once, and I'm sure that those of you who are judges now who've been through that office know that what I'm saying is on point. Never once were you ever asked to do something you didn't believe in. And you always respected my opinion, and you supported my decisions, and I thank you for that. Thank you to all my trial partners who shared that commitment and who I tried so many cases with. I tried about 100 cases to verdict as a prosecutor, 26 homicides. So I could not possibly name all of you, but I know some of you are here today. Of course, Priscilla, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for being here. Thank you for traveling all the way down with Marilyn. Thank you for everything. Thank you, JM. Reed, I know, who could not be here, who I tried so many homicides with. Erica Sidron, Monica. Laura Uriarte, Mary Mariola, Marbelli Hernandez. I mean, there's so many people. Cindy Lightborn in Jamaica. Too many to name in such a long career. I learned from each and every one of you, and I want to thank the incredible support staff and the counselors, some of who are here today, Janet, Maria Diaz, Idalma, all the homicide counselors, all the VICWITs. You are critical to justice being served. Thank you to all the prosecutors who are here. You know, everyone says that defense attorneys are the guardians of the Constitution, and they are, but the true guardians of the Constitution are prosecutors, because a good prosecutor makes sure that justice is served, however that turns out, and that the constitutional rights of the defendants are protected, while at the same time being a voice for victims. And so I thank you all for your service, because that is something that just goes unnoticed, and I know the grind, the daily grind that it is, and sometimes without any thanks or appreciation. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to all the police officers who I've worked with over the years. I have a whole squad of guys here. Guys, the homicide team over at MDSO. Thank you, guys. Detective Castellanos, I know you're in the overflow room. I know. Ed Hudak, El Jefe from Coral Gables, thank you for being here. Thank you for your leadership and your friendship. Thank you for making sure Bertie Soto ran through the tunnel at the Orange Bowl before it got demolished. I know, it's the best. I told you that the other day. Best day of her life, other than giving birth to her amazing daughter, Billy. Stedman Stahl, David Greenwell from the PBA, thank you for your support always and your friendship. To the Hispanic Police Officers Association for your endorsement. I want to thank all the defense attorneys in the room, those who labor in the courthouse every day. You represent those who some don't think deserve to be represented, who do not feel should be treated with due process. To the public defenders, I know Damaris, you're standing in for Carlos, thank you. To the regional councils led by Sylvia Gonzalez, the private bar, you guys are the best in the country. Thank you for making me a better lawyer, helping me see the grays, and treating me always with respect and professionalism. And I have to give a shout out to Carlos Martinez. I know that he's out of the country on vacation, which is why he's not here, and he sent me a beautiful email sometime in the middle of the night, which you all understand because you know Carlos, and he's probably gonna watch this tape. I was so lucky to be on the same election cycle with Carlos. And he introduced me to everyone. I mean, he went out of his way to do that and made sure that I knew every social event that there was so I wouldn't miss an event, and you all know I did not. Thank you, Sylvia Gonzalez, for being like a sister to me, for your friendship, and for doing such an amazing job at Regional. And no, I do not have kids of my own, but God has blessed me with so many kids that one woman could never, ever bear in a lifetime. Because in 19 years as a supervisor, I probably supervised and mentored close to 100, if not more. And I know that you guys are here today. Anna, Christy, Manny, Tom, I know is in the other room, Tom Graham. Those are who are here. Cupcake, Adam Katzman, we called you Cupcake. You're here. Please stand. Thank you. All the kids who I supervised, please stand. All the kids who I supervised in the office over the years, please stand, because True that. He was the biggest kid. He was. All of you, thank you so much for your love and support. You're my extended family. And I did my best mentoring all of you, and I hope that you all now are mentoring the next generation. And I want to extend my special thanks to those who traveled from like other places, flew down to be here today. Anne-Marie and Miriam and Emily, Bruno, thank you all. I love each and every one of you. God has blessed me with great friends, many of whom have become my family. And I want to recognize the strong women in my life. And I have many. I'm very fortunate. My SAO girls, Alicia and Natalie and Ale and Griska. And I have so many group chats, it's crazy. Laurita, Monica, of course, Cindy, Regina, Rachel. There's just, I mean, the list is endless. And I also want to thank Lauren for traveling from West Palm, even though she just had a baby like 2 months ago. Anyway, and of course, there are the boys that I'm so thankful for, the great men that I'm surrounded by. Garrett, Brian, Omar, JM, Raul, Frank Miranda, you're here somewhere, and of course, Eric Padron. I am so happy that his mom and sister are here today. And I know he's enjoying this day, probably with a scotch or a martini, a proper martini in hand. We tried cases together. We had so many great times, so many amazing lunches with our crew. And one of his missions in life was to make Diana Vizcaino, Diana, where are you? I saw you, and me judges. Diana, you made him happier a lot sooner than I did. But I have the satisfaction of knowing that I got to let him know before he left us that I had decided to do this. And I know that that made him very happy. And Eriquito, we remember you always. And I'm so thankful, Anolan and Melissa, that you're here today with us. Thank you. There's so many people. There's so many people who held events for me during this campaign. I could not have possibly have done any of this without you all. And this is really a tribute to all of you. I want to thank my campaign consultant. He must be somewhere here, I'm not sure where. Al Lorenzo, for your guidance. I want to thank Mary Ann Ruiz. She's like a one-woman powerhouse who set me up with so many people during the campaign. And I have to pay a special tribute to my dear friend, trial partner, brother, family member, Brian Barakat. Brian, you kicked off my campaign on May 4th of 2023, and you had a game plan for me. And you told me everything I needed to do. You set me up with the website guy. You made sure I had Gmail because apparently AOL wasn't gonna cut it. You and your, as you say, your Lebanese way, you harassed everyone, and you made sure everyone showed up that day. And that day changed my life. And I want to thank you, Brian. I'm eternally grateful to you. Thank you to all the judges who provided valuable insight into the process while I was doing it and welcomed me and my staff. Thank you to Brian. There you guys are. Brian Lopez, Tommy Terrell for agreeing to come over after working with Judge Pooler, who retired, and learn DV. Thank you for helping me do my job every day. Thank you to my friends Eloisa Correa and Michelle Bistondo for being on the campaign trail with me and bonding during that time. We rely on each other every day, and I love you both very much. It's been 5 months since I started. I know, it's crazy, and I've gotten my sea legs in the DV unit, and I know that everyone expected me to be in criminal, but God had other plans, and I started in DV, and honestly, it was the best place to start. Thank you, Carol Kelly. And everyone in DV, DJ, Elizabeth, Jason, and Yara, all of you, the judges, the staff, the case managers who are here, the clerks, for showing me the ropes, making my transition seamless. I especially want to thank Alicia Priovalos. You've been my go-to every day. You were ready with binders for me. You broke everything down you have been invaluable to me, I know to Eloisa as well. And being a judge, of course, is not just about following the law, because that kind of goes without saying. For me, it's really about making an effort every day to treat everyone who comes before me the way I want to be treated, the way that I hope a family member would be treated, whether they're an unrepresented party or a lawyer. I want to treat them with respect by being on time, being prepared, giving everyone an opportunity to actually be heard, to feel that they were listened to, and actually ruling in a consistent manner. I want to take a moment to thank Eunice Sigler. I don't know where Eunice is, she's out there somewhere. And Ricardo Ayala for organizing this day for me and making sure it was extra special. Last but not least, I want to thank my family, those that are here, those who are here in spirit. I know my dad, my grandparents, my uncle, my aunts are enjoying this day, and they're very proud. I want to thank my brother for his love and support. You're accomplished in your own right, and you are shaping the future as an educator and a principal, and I'm very proud of you. And of course, I want to thank all my cousins who are here, Ili, Oli, Tia, te quiero mucho, Amy, Manny, Lucia. Thank you so much. Thank you to friends who, are family to me, Marilyn and Scott. And Fefita, yes, mommy. Alina, she doesn't miss a beat. 87 does not miss a beat. And of course, I have to thank my mom. Mommy, you have been my guiding light throughout my life. Thank you for all the sacrifices and the love that you and Papi gave to me, the sacrifices you made so that we can be good people. I dedicate this day to you and to him, and I honor both of you today. Thank you for sharing your faith in God, for being the heart of our family. May you be blessed with many more years. Te quiero mucho, mami. And as I said earlier, it all begins and ends with God. So we started with a prayer, and we're going to end with a prayer. And this is a prayer that was shared. It was shared with me by former Justice Cantero, and he says that he reads it every day, and so do I. And it goes like this: Lord, inspire me today with the qualities of great leadership, insight to make wise decisions, integrity to face the truth, courage to make difficult choices, and compassion for the needs of others. Make me a model of justice and honor to the world. And let me never forget that my job is to serve both you and others. Amen. Thank you all for being here today. God bless all of you.
Well done. Hang on, more VIPs.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Judge Mato, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Miami bench. This is a packed house. We don't normally pack it this much, so I don't know that there's much more to say, but there is all kinds of judges here. We've got all kinds of lawyers here. We've got lawyers on both sides of the aisle. I think that says a ton. She's got staff here from her old job, staff here from her new job, and I think that says so much about Marie. I know I got to know you, I guess, probably like 24 years ago when you started, when I was still an assistant public defender, and I know that she was one of the prosecutors that when you knew as a lawyer she was on the other side, it made you feel good. You knew that you were going to get she was going to be fair, and she was going to also, take the job seriously, but also it was a human being, and it was really great. It's amazing how many relationships you develop across the aisle. So it was such a joy, I think, for so many of us who worked opposite you, and so many of us that had you in front of us when we were judges, that you decided to join us here. So with that, those of you who would like to greet the judge, come over to your right. On behalf of the 11th Judicial Circuit, staff and judges, thank you so much for joining us today, and court is in recess. Hang on 1 second over here. Well done, girlie.
Speech okay?
Oh my goodness, great. You were great. You were great. You were great. This is yours, never mind.
Thank you.